Hiring is tough for any industry right now, and local law enforcement agencies are not immune to the problem. They're making progress, but still have more hiring to do. WGEM Shakayla McCamick joins me in studio now. And Shakayla, you spoke with Quincy's police chief about why it's so important to maintain those staffing levels.
Yes, Daniel. Quincy Police Chief Adam Yates says having a full staff means his current officers don't need to be overworked. With current officers racking up overtime and with his officers' safety in mind, Yates is seeking new hires.
It's either 12 or 13 overtime, full 12-hour shifts.
That's how many overtime shifts Patrol Officer Chris Mueller has picked up in 2023 so far.
October 20th last year through the middle of November. I pretty much worked every day.
Mueller is eager to begin training new hires. With the Quincy Police Department currently understaffed, Mueller says the workload can be tiring, but
it's doable.
Right now, Chief Adam Yates is welcoming 3 new officers to the Quincy Police Department. That puts QPD's staff size at 69 sworn police officers and 54 staffed officers, meaning
we have vacancies and we have officers that are currently in training that are not assigned to a shift and certified for solo patrol.
Yates says his department is allowed to have 73 sworn officers at a time. To make up for the staff shortage, officers like Mueller have to work overtime, so getting to that number in the near future is important.
There's enough officers working that if something happens, there's enough backup, there's enough people that are available to handle it, and we're not overworking our officers. And that's really the big one. The officers have been committed to making sure that we keep our staffing levels where they're at.
Yates says there is hope in sight as he anticipates a hiring spree in just a couple months. As for the 3 officers sworn into QPD this week, they leave for the police academy this weekend and should be patrolling on their own by February of next year. Shakayla McCamick, WGEM News.
Thank you, Shakayla. And Yates says that he will begin testing officers again in August, and there will be a brief window where applications will be accepted. You can find more information about how to apply on our website, WGEM.com.